just by turning the unplugging stuff when you're not using, being not as dependent on systems. Do a little bit less. We overcomplicate our lives. That's not building us up as a person. As just get a couple dollars to party, get a couple dollars for a sack and all that shit. You know, some of y'all don't want to live. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? It's your motherfucking boy, Big Bad A. Yeah, it's your boy, Big Bad A. And back again with another one. Come back at your ass. Come back at that ass once again. Like always, I appreciate anybody for logging in and watching my stuff. I appreciate everybody and anybody who's checking me out. I do this for y'all. I do this for you. You know what I mean? So, thank you much. All right, and today is another alien episode, another supernatural episode. I got a special request from my boy Easy. Appreciate that, my boy. I appreciate you for watching me. I appreciate you for keeping up with the channel. I checked out your stuff today and that shit was fire. All right. And first, before I start, I wanted to let everybody know I seen something very important today. Because it's more than like a podcast. It's more like a news type of thing. Like I'm trying to, break breaking news or whatever I come across to keep everybody in the loop. You know what I mean? All right. So I seen yesterday, which is December the 10th, was yesterday. I seen that the Department of Homeland Security, the DHS, posted on their website. The Department of Homeland Security posted on their website that America is facing a potential threat of somebody messing with the power grid system. And for all my people who understand what the fuck going on, y'all already know about the power grid system. You already heard about EMPs. You already understand what that is. You know what I'm saying? They said that Americans need to be prepared for up to 6 months of survival in their own home. Like you better have, like they say, you're supposed to have like up to 6 months worth of food and be prepared to survive in your house for up to 6 months. Because when they hit the power off, when the power goes off, it's over. No stores, no money, no public transportation, no none of that. You know what I mean? And it's gonna get rough. You know what I mean? It's gonna get rough. All right. But on today's episode, check that out though. That was on the Department of Homeland Security yesterday, December the 10th, on their website. They was talking about Americans need to start preparing for power grid failure. All right. I told y'all that a few videos ago, but if you weren't paying attention, whatever, I don't give a fuck. All right. But today, talking about aliens, okay? Now, anybody who knows Big Bad A, anybody who knows me knows I've had situations, extraterrestrial situations in my life. You know what I mean? Anybody who knows me knows that. I remember, and this is all real talk. I ain't making shit up. I'm not fabricating nothing. I don't dramatize nothing. I don't got nothing to prove to none of y'all. You know what I mean? I don't got nothing to prove to y'all. I don't got nothing to lie about. You know what I mean? If I'm lying, I'm flying, like Kodak said. Just like I told you, if I'm lying, then I'm flying. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna start with this one serious encounter I had. I remember I was with one of my ex-girlfriends a long time ago. And we was at my apartment. I had roommates. I had an apartment with two roommates, two of my best friends, my boy Harold and my boy Wayne. We had an apartment together. And we used to party, got there, throw big ass parties every weekend type shit. Like everybody who know Big Bad A, you know about them parties, you know what I mean? Everybody who know me know about them parties, you feel me? Y'all know, niggas know about them parties, you feel me? Anyway, it was one night after one of our parties, everybody had left, and my ex-girlfriend, she had stayed behind, and you got to have you something to smash after the party, you know what I'm saying? So Anyway, my ex-girlfriend stayed behind, and we was doing our thing, chilling and shit. I had some champagne, and we was sipping and chilling on the porch on my patio, because I had a little couch on my patio and shit. We went inside the house or whatever. We were just chilling and talking. And I remember the moonlight was like real blue, and all I could see was like the blue light off our face, off us. We were sitting there smoking and drinking and stuff. And I remember the moonlight off of our faces and stuff while we were just sitting there in the nighttime in the dark. So she was like, "Betty, you want to see something weird?" I was like, yeah. She said, "Come here." She was like, we was face to face to each other. She was like, "Put your eye up against my eye." So I put my right eye up against her left eye, I believe, because we were face to face. Yeah, so that'd be in her left. No, it's right eye to right eye. So she's facing me, I'm facing her, yeah. Right eye to right eye. Put our eyes together, and we had this eye out, and then these eyes was touching. She was like, "Now back up slow. Back up real slow." So I'm backing up. And as I'm backing up, her fucking face started to disappear. It started to go like watery or vapory or smoky type, like fading away. And then a fucking alien came out of her. Like, I wouldn't say it came out of her, I would say it came into her. Like her hair, she had like, I forget how her hair, yeah, she had some tracks in, some weave. She had some weave in, and her hair went like, was like down or whatever, and that motherfucker just went totally back, like smoothed out, totally smooth back, you know what I'm saying? And when it did that, when that shit went totally smooth back, her eyes went to these big ass, like stereotypical type alien eyes, and they went all black. But I can remember, I could see like, it's almost like I could see space in her eyes, like the moon and the stars type shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'll never forget, like she started glowing green, and then she sat there, and her lips weren't moving, like her mouth went from a regular sized mouth to like a little slot. She pretty much didn't have like a nose. It went away, and it was just these two little holes and them big ass eyes. And she said, like when she was talking, it was like she was sucking in air. It was like, she was like, "Go look at yourself in the mirror." Like that motherfucker, I swear to God, that shit was like, "Go look at yourself in the mirror." Like it was going, as she was talking, like the voice was sucking in, like some shit like that, real shit. So I went to the bathroom, and I went to the mirror, looked in the mirror. I didn't turn the light on because I just didn't. Bruh, how about my motherfucking arm started glowing like a glow stick was in my bones. You know how if you take a flashlight and put it up to your hand, you can almost see through your hand, and it's like red, and you can see like your bones and stuff. Just like that. But my shit was green. It wasn't red. It was green. So I could see my body was glowing green from within, right? So I'm looking at my arms and shit. I'm looking at my arms. They're glowing. I was bugging. But it was like a peaceful feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like a real calm feeling. It didn't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So I looked up into the mirror. Same exact thing happened. My face started going like, and it went away. Alien popped through my face, but the one that popped through my face was weirder looking. He looked more distinctively like angular, like points, like he had pointy cheeks. Like I got pointy cheeks in real life, but his shit was like pointy like this. The one that was in me or through me or whatever, like pointy like this, like everything was big, like, and my eyes really turned to alien eyes. Bro, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. And then I went back into the room, and we just sat there and made tantric love and damn talked and shit all night. Like it was really weird. Like, and we was visibly like that for about, I would say another hour or so, until we just went into like it left, the feeling like left us. And I think that was like some alien possession type shit. I think that was either like my inner being, or that was some possession type shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, it really seemed like some possession type shit. Alright, now, another time, that time happened. Another time it was a New Year's Eve, and I was with this other girl, and we was listening to that T-Pain album. You remember that T-Pain Circus album? where everything had the circus shit. You officially been chopped and screwed, chopped and screwed. That album, that clown, the clown album, the circus album, where he had the top hat and the nigga was coming out the mouth, out the mouth, out the mouth, out the mouth on the video. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so we was listening to that album. I was with this other lady, this other young lady, and we was chilling and shit. It was like our first time hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was like the first time we was gonna spend the night. I was gonna spend the night with her. You get what I'm saying? So it was New Year's Eve, all that shit was going down. Like everything was lined up. We was sipping on Henny. She had some Henny. We was sipping on Henny, and I had the weed. I had the gas. You know what I'm saying? We were smoking gas and Henny, and we were sitting there and listening to T-Pain. And not to get too graphic, but when we had started, I went out. Well, first off, I was outside smoking because I couldn't smoke in the house. So I was outside smoking, and I was looking up at the stars. And as I was looking up at the stars, I was like, "It's a beautiful night." I just kept saying that to her. I was like, "Damn, it's a beautiful night. Look at the stars. You can see every star in the sky. Like, you could literally see stars like moving and like flickering and." Like, you could really see everything that night. It was the most crystal clear star moonlit night. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that distinctively, like how I was amazed by the stars and I was out there smoking and shit, drinking. I was like, "Girl, look. She didn't even know what the fuck I was really on. Like, she was just trying to like, yeah, you know, he's just admiring the stars type. I don't think she understood. So when we went back in the house, we were sitting there listening to Pain and all that. And we were smoking and chilling. And we started getting into it, whatever, about to get it on, whatever. Long story short, the fucking, she said, "Stop." I was like, "What's up?" She was like, "Look at yourself. Go look at yourself. Go look at yourself." So I kind of knew what she was talking about because this is after the other go look at yourself situation. So I didn't even see it. But I started looking at my arms and shit in the third person when I was going to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, where the bathroom at?" She told me, boom, boom, run the hall, run the corner, boom. I got there. As I'm walking through the hallway, I see it. My hands was green. My arms was green. I had that green glow. You know what I'm saying? So I walked into the bathroom and same thing. And the crazy part about it is, y'all, it was the same exact face. That shit's at watery, like vapory, then it's that the goddamn cheek man popped out again. You know what I mean? The cheek man, the high cheekbone alien man came through me again. And then you'll never guess this shit. Believe you might. I don't even give a fuck if you don't believe this shit. And you know, we had made love for like 6 or 7 hours straight. From about 12 something, because you know the ball drops at 12. From about 12 something, right after the ball drop, until 7 in the morning. Do the math. Do the fucking math. You get what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. I was like possessed. And then when we was done the next day, she was like, "Better, you really spooked me out." She was like, "But you know what? I didn't stop you because it felt real good and it didn't feel bad." She said, "If it felt bad, I would have stopped you." She said, "But it felt so good." She wasn't even talking about the sex part. She was talking about the energy. Whatever the fuck that was in me or coming through me, she said it felt good. That's why she didn't stop. That was another time. And that's real talk, real shit. U.S. government, you already know. You already know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all about this one other time. And I kind of don't like talking about this because people don't never believe. People don't give a fuck anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta tell this because this is a very true story, and I never ever can forget this. It's like, alright, this is how it happened. I used to have, I don't know what kind of person I am, but I always been like a leader, you know what I mean? And people always come to me for like either guidance or assistance, help. motivation, shit like that. Like, I'm a big homie. I'm a big bruh. I'm a big homie. I'm a father. I'm a best friend. I'm a husband. I'm a brother. I'm a cuz. I'm an uncle. You know what I mean? I'm everything. So I remember one time one of my best friends had came over. My boy Marquise. You know what I'm saying? It's my boy. He came over and he was like, "Abede, what he say? He said, teach me about God." Cause he told me he had seen God in the sun or something that day. He was like, "Well, I had seen God in the sun. Like, I seen a man in the sun, an image of a man in the sun, like looking up into the sun." And I wasn't gonna dispute what he was saying, cause I understand what he was saying. Like, he seen something in the sun, you know what I mean, or in front of it, or projected it, however. Yeah, but my boy had seen what he had seen, so he came over, and he was, I had a house. Me and my brothers had their house, you know, the family house. My parents had left. They left us the family house, you know what I'm saying? So we was trying to hold that shit down and all that good shit. Anyway, good old, long story short, my boy was like, "Teach me about God." So that's a big thing. Like, that doesn't even make sense. How somebody can come to you and even ask you that big of a question. That's a big thing to teach. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So I sat there and I could kind of broke it down as much as I could to him so he could understand it. So we could understand it together, so we can get like an interpretation, a good understanding, overstanding of the God theory and all that good stuff. So that conversation I don't even remember, because it was a long, deep conversation, you know what I mean? So that night, my boy had left, and it was raining. It had started raining that night. I'll never forget it. It had started raining. My boy had left, and I left my window cracked, because sometimes I like to sleep with the window cracked when it rains, to let that fresh breeze in. You know, that rain breeze. That's a good fresh air. But I'm going to tell you something. When you sleep, don't sleep with windows open, because you can allow beings to come in. You know, some beings don't need nothing but a crack to get through. You know what I'm saying? That's all they need is a crack. You know what I mean? So that night, all the stuff we had talked about, I guess the world had heard us. You know what I'm saying? The world had heard that shit. And, you know, that conversation was so deep. The world had heard it. So, I remember drifting off to sleep. The rain was going good. I was nice and calm and peaceful. I took me a little shower and I was chilled out. So I was asleep. You sleep and you. But this was one of them dreams where it's like you're there. It was real. Okay, so I remember I woke up in this facility. It was like metal was soldered together. Like, you know how you melt metal with a soldering iron? That little that thing that melts the little metal stick thing, and you gotta. If y'all don't know what a soldering iron, look up a soldering iron. So it looked like this place was put together with a soldering iron. There were no neat seams. You see how stuff is linear, how buildings are made with lines and angles and stuff. You see that? Those lines and angles and stuff? There was none of that at this place. It was like everything was metal was like melted together, like this dark gunmetal. And the whole building was gunmetal, like. And so I remember walking down this corridor, and there was lights coming. It was lights coming out of the cracks. Out of the edges. It was like lights coming from nowhere type shit. It was like lights in the corners, and you was walking down this smooth metal thing. I had no shoes on. I had on a P. Diddy suit. I had on a silver suit, bruh. It was like to my wrists and to my ankles, a one-piece bodysuit, silver suit. So all thing out was my head, my hands, and my feet. And I remember my feet were flapping on the floor, the little metal floor. All right. So I'm walking straight ahead. As I walk ahead, these two men grabbed my arms, but they wasn't men. And I was so scared I didn't look at them in their face, because I just, fuck that. They grabbed my wrist, both of them. They grabbed my wrist. And they didn't hold me hard, they just grabbed my wrists on both sides, and I could feel the warmth in their hands, and they held my arms down to my sides, and they're walking me down this hallway, right? So as I'm walking down this hallway, I get to this door, and it opens up, and then there's a pool. It looks like a pool, looks like water that I had to walk through, but it wasn't water. It was this jelly. It was like this jelly, like almost like slime. You know how slime busts when you squeeze it, it pops and you can bust through it like that. So it was this type of liquid stuff, but it was solid, and it was a cleansing room. It was a cleansing pool, and as I walked through it, I'm going through it, and it's deeper and deeper and deeper. I get scared at one point because I had to go head in, but then I put my face down into it, and the dudes had disappeared. It's like they had took me to the pool thing, stopped at the doors right there, at the door, and they just stopped right there, and I walked through. I got through, I looked back at them dudes, but something told me don't look all the way back, so I kept my head straight, walked through, because I was like, I gotta go through this shit. I walked through it, but when I walked through it, I could breathe in it. You could breathe, and you could breathe in this stuff. You could breathe in it. And I'm gonna tell you, the realest thing ever is it went through every pore, every strand of my hair. Like, you could feel that shit, like, go through every strand. It's like I've never been that clean in my life. It's like, that's the cleanest I've ever been in my life. And ever since, it's almost, and be honest with you, in real life, ever since I came out of that shit, I just take too many showers per day now, because I just really want to be clean like that. I want to feel that clean again. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. So I walk through the water jelly shit, get through it, and when I get through it, those dudes are on the other side, like, magically. Either they probably went around or some shit like that, but they're on the other side. I didn't see them move or nothing, but the motherfuckers on the other side waiting. That shit got scary again, because I could see that this hallway ahead of me was like a end to it, right? So I walk down the hallway, and it's dark in the corner, and then I get to the corner, and it was like, not the corner, it's like an end of the hallway. The hallway is like the end of it, and it's dark, and it's like the end of it. And there's a blob, not a blob, but it's like a fat monster in the corner. But the motherfucker was so fat, all you could see was the belly and the knees, like the leg knee things were like up, and you can see the belly, real big belly. And you couldn't see the face because it was in the darkness. Like, it was in the darkness. Like, the head was in the darkness and the belly was out real big like that. But it was so deep in the dark. In the corner, that dark corner, you couldn't see the face. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't see no face. All you could see was a belly. And it was this grayish, bluish type of skin. It looked real fucking nasty. Like a fucking big blob. Alright, now this, please don't lose me, and please believe me, because I ain't fucking lying. Whether this was a dream or whatever, this shit is vivid and real. So the blob thing, basically like a tube penis thing came out. The stomach, up under the stomach, and then out the darkness. And then at the end of the tube, the penis thing was a vagina. I swear to God. It was like a big ass tube penis dick looking thing, an erect meat stick, but it had a vagina on the edge. It was like a pussy on a stick, a vagina on a stick. You get what I'm saying? Like, for real. To me, it was like almost like a woman who had a Audi vagina. That's what it was, like a woman with a Audi vagina, a vagina on a damn arm or something, but it was like on a penis. So a TV, a projection screen came down, probably like a 25 inch, 20 inch, 25 inch projector screen came down, a silver screen came down, and it started going through thousands of faces of women. And And I can imagine they probably would have gave me anything that would have enticed me sexually to get me up, you know, get me right. So it gave me like Rolodexing through thousands of women's faces. And then it got to this black woman with a low cut, with like a Halle Berry like black woman, this badass Halle Berry face. And the face wasn't talking, but she was like this, just moving around like in animated on the screen, like animated. She was just looking at me like, and that thing grabbed my penis, my dick. The vagina thing grabbed my dick. And yeah, so the thing grabbed my shit, right? And it was sucking it. That's what it felt like. It felt like the thing was sucking on my shit, right? Exactly what I felt like. And the Halle Berry lady was just doing like this. I swear to God. And I was just like, oh shit. I'm just standing there getting sucked by a fucking blob alien thing with a fucking TV screen face of the baddest bitch that they could muster that I could get right with. You get what I'm saying? So when that all faded away, I woke up, right? And this is how I knew when I woke up the shit was real. I woke up, it was hard, right? It was hard. And I don't have wet dreams. I never had a wet dream in my life. I never had a wet dream in my life because I've been scoring since I was a little boy. I don't have wet dreams. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? But real talk, on my life, my shit, I went and got in the shower. And when I got in the shower, it was burning, right? And I had like 5 lines, cuts. Like, here goes my shit, right? Here goes my shit. I had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, like perfect one, like down my shaft. Like my whole shit had a cut lines, 5 cut lines straight down it. And you could see them perfectly red and they scabbed up and everything. I showed my girl at the time and everything, bro. But this is a fact, true story. And on top of that, I had jelly on my shit. I had jelly on my shit when I woke up. It wasn't no nut either, bro. It wasn't no nut. I know what that is. It was jelly, like almost like vagina juice on my shit. Like, real talk. So bottom line is, don't be motherfucking sleeping with your windows open, because them things could take you right through the window. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care no more. I don't care. Because anybody who knows what's really going on knows what's real. Now, I remember one time, after that situation, I had a dream. And I was in the same space place with the melted floors, with the melted molded floors, like everything molded and everything is kind of circular. I was in the same space place, but this was a room with lights. It was a light room. It was just lights everywhere, a big circle of lights, right? And they showed me a black girl who was about a year old with a fucking P. Diddy suit on. The same P. Diddy suit I had on, with the ankles cuffed and with my ankles cuffed and my wrist cuffed, like it was like fucking cuffs right here, and then it was a bubbly, spacey P. Diddy suit, like a wind suit, like on the I Thought I Told You That We Won't Stop video. Like, it looked like the P. Diddy and May suit. But real talk, man, I seen the little girl and she had curly hair like mine, but she just had 2 pigtails like this. You know what I mean? I got a daughter right now. My daughter don't look nothing like this little girl. This little girl was almost like a year in age, about 2 weeks after when I had that other dream and seen that. So they might have got my motherfucking gene and had my baby daughter out in outer space. For what? I don't know. Who knows? But I swear to God on those accounts, the 5 lines on my shaft, the fucking the big blob monster thing, and the damn walking through the jelly, right eye with my girl backing up, seeing transforming into an alien, her transforming into an alien, me transforming into an alien, making love for 6 and some hours. Like, this is real facts. I got more to come too. I got more real talk coming for y'all motherfucking ass. It's your motherfucking boy, Big Bad. Thank y'all so much for checking in and tuning in. I appreciate you. I know that shit be long, but that shit be real, and I be trying to give it all as factual and as evidential as I can. You know what I mean? I fuck with y'all. I hope y'all fuck with me. I pray that we can do this shit and keep going and growing. It's your motherfucking boy, Big Bad. Instagram at Big Bad _ Bad. And then YouTube, real talk, real shit. You already know what time it is. Holla at your boy.